Got a hankering for a rarely seen late 80s slasher flick? Then you've come to the right place. Welcome to Sick Flicks, where I take a deep dive into the cinematic sewer to help you embrace your inner gore geek. I'm Mike Bracken, aka The Horror Geek, and today we're tackling Alan Plone's forgotten slasher flick, Night Screams. Released in 1987, Night Screams has a weird history. The original cut of the film came in at a scant 73 minutes long, making it too short for a traditional feature-length release. So they had to go back and add a bunch of random sex and other scenes to bump up the runtime. The catch? They took these scenes from other films, making a Frankenstein's monster of movie madness. Today, though, we're covering the original 73-minute version of the film, which the fine folks of Vinegar Syndrome have assembled. I feel like that's closer to Alan Plone's true vision. But enough about that. Can Night Screams off enough teens to earn a coveted 5 barf bag rating? Let's get to the gore and find out. Oh, and before we get started, today's video is sponsored by patrons, Tactical Therapist, Daniel Valentin, and Greg Literal. If you'd like to help sponsor some videos and free me from the shackles of YouTube's tyranny, you'll find a link to my Patreon in the pinned comment and description below. And now, let's get bloody. And we open with a moon establishing shot. Then it's down to earth to spy on these two. Oh, I love it when they all say, Norm, when George Wendt walks into Cheers. Hey, honey, do you really think trickle-down economics will work? Shut up, babe, I'm trying to watch Cheers. Oh, sweet, someone left a giant bowl of community potato salad out here. Yeah, everything's coming up Millhouse. This guy might not be the star of Night Screams, but he's definitely getting top grilling. God, what happened to us? We used to talk about everything. Now all he wants to do is chug Schlitz and watch the boob tube. No one will be seated during Night Scream's thrilling salting the burgers sequence. So far, the moon might be the star of this movie. Dude is rocking the starter Sam Elliott stash, though. Man, is that grill even on? Back inside, not much is happening, besides this fake-out jump scare.
You scared me.
Or is it? Man, those burgers went from raw to well done fast. Really getting the feeling the film is more into grilling than killing so far. Oh, honey, you passed out drunk at 7:30? Again? Hey, my wife is dead and I'm gonna need the cops, but could you give me like 20 minutes? I just took the burgers off the grill. But he's gonna have to eat those burgers in the afterlife because he's getting chopped like this is the Food Network. Yes, I too like to unwind by tickling the ivories after committing murder. Ian Sarah, thoughts on this performance?
It stinks.
And title card. Not the best, but not the worst. Starring Joe Mano as the Chief. Here's the film's biggest star, Ron Thomas. Thomas was Bobby in The Karate Kid and Cobra Kai. I like that the soundtrack is basically like someone ripped off Axel F with a Casio keyboard. I have never heard of any of these people, but Megan Weiss did go on to be on an episode of Quincy. You kids even remember Quincy? Christ, I'm old. Featuring the Solid Gold Dancers. Wait, who the fuck are the Sweetheart Dancers? Story by Dillis Hart. Presumably no relation to Brett or Owen. Jesus, this soundtrack really is amazing. Directed by Alan Plone. This didn't totally kill his career. He went on to direct 2 Earth, Wind & Fire concert movies. Mental Institution Establishing Shot. This is another shot outside. I feel like this movie is just eavesdropping on people and trying to turn it into a film. Gramps here is about to drop a 616 bars. He could be in Wu-Tang. We'll call him Old Grizzled Bastard. Damn, now I need Linda Day George to show me how it's done. Bastard! The white folks really do love the woo. Are you ready for some football? It's a handoff to John Riggins as the Steelers front 4 gets pushed off the line of scrimmage. But Rod Woodson makes the tackle. And things get weird in the huddle.
Hey, Davey boy, let's show the Oklahoma Scout what kind of balls you got.
Hell yeah.
No, not like that, you pervs. I think he meant show him, metaphorically. Why does this quarterback look like he's 40? And Riggins breaks through to the secondary. He could go all the way. This movie is non-stop thrill so far. Grilling, then football. The crowd, who's clearly B-roll from a way better game, goes wild. Oh good, more wildly out-of-place music. Did they just win the state championship or head into Studio 54? Man, the Rockettes will just play anywhere these days. Oh shit, we're missing the game! Hey, it's Officer Matt Damon! Oh god, it's a young Barth from You Can't Do That on Television. This movie really does have it all so far. Turns out the cop is just here to deliver some exposition.
2 convicts escaped from over at Leavenworth. They were seen heading this way, so if you see anything, I'd appreciate a call.
And surprise! Say hello to my little friend. I guess that ties up the escaped convict story arc. But Matt Damon's still alive, and our escaped convict isn't impressed.
Nice shot, fuckface.
Wow, the cops must have been patrolling in Ford Pintos, judging by this explosion. Dude, stop, drop, and roll! Don't they teach you kids anything at the academy? Is this guy wearing lipstick? Barth is offended by this, but all he gets for his troubles is a taste of this guy's pimp hand. And then he gets capped.
Oh, you bastard!
That was pretty okay, but maybe Linda Day George can show her how to take it to the next level.
Bastard! Bastard!
After they kill her, they start in on each other. By God, we've got a tables, chairs, and diners match breaking out. I really think the JR is in a good place right now. This dude could have been a member of the Bushwhackers. Backstage, the Von Erichs prepare for a 6-man tag match. Dude on the right could fly with all those feathers. In the ladies' locker room, they're filming a Summer's Eve commercial. Do you ever get that not-so-fresh feeling? And if this movie weren't meandering and random enough, here's Corey Feldman working on his choreography for his next concert tour. It's amazing that even with all of this padding, they still had to go back and add scenes from other movies to fill the runtime. Today on Dancing or Having a Seizure? Oh god, the trend sweats are kicking in. Even Dad notices. Son, you better lay off that trend before the combine. In our other movie, our escapees clearly have no idea what the phrase be inconspicuous means. Maybe this was when the Bushwhackers were the sheep herders and they're looking for the flock. Ah, sure, we can just stop the movie for a live music session. Nothing was happening anyway. Is he and Sarah still here?
It stinks.
Anyway, the fellas are here having a heart-to-heart that would make Kenny Loggins proud. Look, I just think we should see other people while I'm off of college. But hey, if you had terrible Yoda impression on your B-movie bingo card, mark it.
That is where you fail, young Skywalker.
Tonight on Solid Gold, we've got Melissa Manchester, Culture Club, and the Solid Gold Dancers. Yeah, we just stopped the entire movie for a dancing segment that has nothing to do with anything. Gonna tell my grandkids this was a TikTok challenge. Oh man, the trend rage is really kicking in. Not gonna lie, I really do wonder what the pullover sweater budget was for this scene. Oh yeah, there's a party on the dance floor. Although honestly, this looks more like a wake. Holy shit. Does the band have 2 guitar players? Is that even legal? Alright, let's check in on our escapees since nothing is happening at the club. Oh good, nothing happening here either. I'm sensing a theme in this movie. Oh wait, it's just turned into an episode of Def Poetry Jam.
Smeared with blood of human sacrifice and parents' tears we go.
Well, that or the intros to a Moody Blues track. But hey, at least our 2 different crappy movies are finally gonna hook up. And Trend Boy is gonna be our sommelier. Ah yes, Strawberry Boone's Farm of the 1988 vintage. A fine year. Then this chick is trying to put the moves on Captain Roid Rage, but she gets shut down.
Touchy, touchy. What's the matter? You forget to take your medicine?
Nah, I'm pretty sure he's on the full boat. Sweet, we can get Funkmaster Flex Show on Hot 97. God, this dude's a chick magnet. But she's getting shut down too. Are we sure he doesn't play for the other team?
Don't ever do that again, okay?
Oh yeah, this looks more his speed. Well, this scene is rocking. But our starting QB is about to get spiked. And I guess someone was tired of outrageous cable bills and finally decided to cut the cord. Anyway, this is kind of dull, so I'm gonna go watch some YouTube. I mean, here we've got a makeup channel collaboration happening.
So, where'd you live before you moved to Wichita? In a really nice place. A really nice place? God, what a dickhead.
Of all the gin joints in all the towns of all the world, this chick must be going to a Canadian business meeting. Denim skirt and denim jacket. Moon establishing shot. There sure are a lot of moon shots in this movie for no apparent reason. Anyway, Denim Girl has made a classic horror movie mistake. Drove off without checking the back seat for stowaways. Really gives new meaning to the phrase backseat driver. Oh, hey, she's driving the official car of Sick Flicks, the Dodge Aries K. She flees and makes another horror movie rookie mistake by hiding in the most obvious place possible. I mean, really, she deserves to die at this point. And die she does. Back at the house, things are getting hot and heavy. Oh, baby, I heard Chess King has pullover sweaters on sale this week. Hey, Fedora Guy is here. Allow me to pour you another drink, milady. Anyway, Captain Roid Rage is jonesing for a fix. Oh, hey, the Bushwhackers are still in this movie. I totally forgot about them. I'm just gonna run my line so I'm ready when I get back into the movie. Not gonna lie, it kinda sounds like he's doing a Kevin Sullivan promo.
He can indulge in the luxury of destruction.
Anyway, this is making him very wet.
Hell yeah.
No, I mean he's anointing himself with water. All right, let's liven this party up. I brought my Carpenter's albums. This guy's like, if I could just get inside, I could get back into this movie. Meanwhile, Trend Dude is thinking some deep thoughts. If a woman with one arm gets her nails done, does she pay half price? And now he's relocated. Would a fly without wings be considered a walk? And now he and the potential missus are gonna have an argument.
I just don't think this party's a very good idea.
Joni, it's my party.
Yeah, and he'll cry if he wants to. And in our other movie, things are getting hot.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, technically that's right. I mean, because they're in a sauna, but they are making out. So we're both right, Danny. It's like they're in the hot dog warmer down at the 7-Eleven. Wait, that sounds dirty too. Oh God, listen to this awful love ballad.
Can be here and now and not a dream.
He and Sarah?
It stinks.
I'm gonna have to pay Ian Sarah overtime this week. After makeout time, the killer shows up. Holy shit, it might be Claudio Fragasso! Dude's doing his best Cheech and Chong and going up in smoke. And next on the victim menu is our mean girl. Baby, I've been dying to ask you some questions. Oh yeah, Trend making this dude super paranoid. That checks out. Hey, open up, I gotta poop. You're gonna wanna let that place air out for a good 35-45 minutes. Anyway, these three dorks head to the cellar for more booze. No J&B? I'm out. Moon establishing shot. And house establishing shot. Double drink. Who the hell puts bubble bath in a hot tub? That's a good way to ruin your spa right there. Looks like they're out here ducking around though. Everyone else reconvenes downstairs. Dude's definitely got some trend rage happening. And it's deep thought time. Is Bingo the name of the farmer or the dog? And another. If you punch yourself and it hurts, are you strong or are you weak? Oh man, this dude is gonna make burgers. It's like tying back into the opening scene. These are basically Chekhov's burgers now. But he's about to get grilled, and I don't mean ask some tough questions. Fork you, pal. Great, the burgers are ruined. Anyway, Blondie makes another wine run, but all she finds is this jump scare. Nice of the Bushwhackers to finally join us in the A-plot, I guess. By God, he's locked in the claw. Yeah, that's pretty average, JR. Hold still, I'm just gonna adjust your neck. That's the face I make after Taco Bell. Do you really need to take her pulse after you choked her out? By God, we've gotta swerve. Bushwhacker Luke has gone heel and turned on Butch. Dude probably should have chosen paper instead of plastic. Back upstairs, this dude's like, sweet, community burger. Oh, look out, Fedora dude is either dancing or having a seizure. I'm leaning seizure. I feel like they were definitely trying to replicate the Crispin Glover dance scene in Friday the 13th, the final chapter here. Clearly, the killer wasn't a fan of his interpretive dance segment. Oh hey, Mom and Dad are still in this movie. I got pulled over rushing to get home for the climax. Sir, do you know how fast you were going? Oh, sweet. They're getting a police escort to the climax. The big question here is, since he never gave the cop his license, how does the cop know where he lives? Calgon, take me away. Normally, I'd say this scene was shocking, but I saw this kill coming from a mile away. This guy's like, I don't give a duck. Then this dude finds a body and immediately grabs the hooch. Good call. I'm feeling we're gonna need to get good and smashed for the last act of this one. Oh yeah, better get 2 bottles. This one could be a doozy. Wait a minute. Aren't we supposed to have a final girl? Did this movie just flip the script? I mean, it would be the first sort of original thing it's done so far. Then he finds his dead girlfriend. Great, now who will I take to prom? I already rented my tux! And great moment in horror film acting incoming.
No, Lisa!
Okay, so scratch that theory that he's the final girl, I guess. Mood establishing shot. Down a tag partner, Bushwhacker Luke prepares to recruit the fabulous Moolah. Instead, he runs into Discount Ultimate Warrior. And we got a real slobber knocker down here on the back porch. Business is about to pick up. Pimp fists. Bushwhacker Luke is beating the warrior like he owes him money. Oh hey, final dude is still alive somehow. We about to get a Dusty Rhodes finish here? Yep. I was gonna ask you to go to the prom with me. They needed a police escort to drive the speed limit? Step on it, you're missing the climax. Like shit, they've got a police escort and this dude is passing them. Hey, nice rack.
Hell yeah.
No, I meant the deer head. Wait, what happened to this chick? She was fine a second ago. Oh, here comes the swerve. She's the killer.
They made me feel like I was crazy, like I didn't belong. And I killed them. And now maybe they'll leave me alone.
And she's tying up all the loose ends. Remember the dead people from the start of the movie? Those were her parents.
They weren't nice to me, so I cut them up in little pieces.
Oh, come on. She's not on nearly enough Anavar to overpower him. Great, the parents finally made it to the climax. And just in time. Hide the booze, the cops are here. Oh god, he blasted her. He had his body cam turned off. What the hell? We got a freeze frame swerve before the ending? And now Mom is going to apologize to the audience for making them watch Night Screams.
I am so sorry.
Holy shit, it's Officer Lyle Lovett! I also would have accepted Officer Conway Twitty there if you're playing along at home. So basically, the swerve here, which is totally obvious, is they're pinning the crimes on Captain Roid Rage and not the crazy chick. Oh, sure, we've got time for one last deep thought. Did you ever realize spoons are just little bowls on sticks? And football practice. Cue credits. Football practice ending. That might be a first. Oh yeah, and these are credits where they rehash the whole movie you just watched. You know, in case you nap through parts of it. That's handy. So, what have we learned from Night Screams? Well, for starters, that the 80s were just overflowing with these totally middle-of-the-road slasher flicks, and I'm glad they were. Night Screams isn't a classic by any stretch of the imagination, but it has a few decent kills, a weird cast of stereotypical characters, and it doesn't overstay its welcome in the director's cut, coming in at just under 75 minutes. I'm all for short movies. But enough about that. Can Night Screams kill enough high school kids to earn a coveted 5 barf bag rating? Let's go to the gore card. In terms of gross anatomy, Night Screams is pretty average. We're treated to death by falling car, an electrocution, several strangulations, a guy grilled to death, 1 toxic gassing, and 1 death by cop. I feel like I might be forgetting some, but really, who cares? The gore is not spectacular in this one, so the best I can do for Night Screams is a slightly underwhelming 2 barf bag rating. It's not a particularly sick flick, but if you love those forgotten 80s slashers like I do, it's entertaining anyway. Looking for another cult slasher from the Reagan years? Then be sure to check out my review of Fatal Games. You'll find a link here on the screen. I'll meet you over there. Until next time, I'm Mike Bracken, aka The Horror Geek, bringing you all the splatter that matters.